and Alex Jones. It really is wonderful to be here tonight. And this evening, we are launching a special award here on The One Show. Here it is. Its contribution to the world of entertainment. Now, listen, because tonight's recipient has had a career spanning over 6 decades, is a multi-Olivier and Tony Award-winning star whose work encompasses theatre, television and film. Al.
Drum roll, please. And the winner is Michael Crawford!
Michael, lovely to see you.
How are you?
Huge congratulations. Sit yourself down, Michael.
We chef to bits for you.
We are. Here's the award in all of its glory.
So lovely as
And you
well.
can see here, we've actually engraved your name on the... Oh, hang on a minute. I'll listen to that. It says Dame Judi Dench on here. Hang on. Anyway, there you are.
I mean, it's quite cheap. You can scratch it off, to be honest.
Well, thank you so much.
No, we know the reason we've done it, though, is because you're used to this. I mean, it's happened to you before, hasn't it, in real life?
It did, yes, and thank you for bringing it up again. It was 20, 30, 40, 56, 50 years ago. I was up for Best Newcomer at the BAFTAs, or whatever they were called then. And James Mason, a very big star, had, I think, been overserved. And...
of course,
bless his heart.
Yes.
And he said, and ladies and gentlemen, the winner is... Michael Crawford.
Great.
And I was so excited, you know, as they say, over the moon. And up I ran and got to him, and he said, "Oh no, there's been a mistake." He says, "Judi Dench." And I said, "Well," "did I come second?" And you know, at the BAFTA, there wasn't a big laugh on that. They didn't know. So I had to turn around and go all the way back and passing lovely Judi Dench on the way, saying, so sorry. But you know, we got actually more publicity because it was front page on the pages the next day. We did quite well.
Well, I'm sorry to bring that up.
No, but thank you so much. It's good to see you, Michael.
Well, listen, tonight we'd love to hear from you. We're actually going to go on with it now. Because if you have won a prize for something that wasn't actually yours, so, I don't know, have you won the local bake competition with your mum's carrot cake?
Or maybe your grandfather's runner beans when you're best in show. Whatever it is, send us a picture of you and your illicit prize and we'll show them a bit later in the show. Yes,
and exclusive news of a one-off Some Mothers Do Have 'Em sketch to be shown as part of Sport Relief this Friday. Michael, you brought it with you. We're very, very excited about this. But first, let's go from...
Even I enjoyed that, and I know nothing about football.
Incredible support, even from a Newcastle supporter's perspective. But there we are. Anyway, 8 games to go for them. 5 points clear. Who knows what will happen? Who knows?
It's just gone over my head. Well, let's talk about your new musical, Michael, because we're ever so excited. You're coming back to the stage. It's called Go Between, set on a book that's based on the turn of the century. Now, tell us the story then. What's this musical all about?
It's a very complicated story, but to simplify it, there was a movie made of it years ago which won the Cannes Film Festival, The Go Between, with Julie Christie, and Alan Bates,
back in the 70s,
and Edward Fox, So in the 70s, and then a beautiful production recently on television about a year ago. But none of them have touched the way that the book was actually written. About it's narrated in the book by the man himself, Leo Colston, whose life it is about as a 12-year-old. So it's 50 years back. So on the stage we can have the two of them together. And I watch the reenactment of what went on when he was 12. And he goes to stay with a best friend who's an aristocrat and meets his sister, who is the most beautiful girl. And when you're 12, the most beautiful girl, you never forget her. You have a crush. And he has a crush on her and would do anything for her. And becomes involved in... being a go-between her and the lover, who is a farmer. You see what I mean? It's pretty nasty. And she's already engaged, really, to another man. So he gets involved quite innocently, and it is a beautiful story. It's the turning point of someone's life at 12, and what happens at the end of this story never leaves him. And it's disturbing in one's heart. So it truly is a labour of love for me, this, because it's really hard, and I like a challenge, I know, but this is...
Just basically the amount of time that you're on stage and the story that you've got to tell, and...
Yes, it's mentally going to be 8 shows a week, so I'm singing quite a lot through it, really. I mean, that's an enormous amount.
Yeah.
So... but much of the music is quite beautiful. Is part of the dialogue. Yeah. So it's working with the child. It takes me back to a childhood when I was 12 when I started, and funnily enough, I started at 12 and I had to audition for Benjamin Britten, and for this musical I was so keen on it, and we couldn't actually get a theatre. Very easily when I finally decided. I've worked on it for 2 years, and finally when I said, yes, let's go, we didn't have a theatre. So I got my agent to call Nika Burns, who owns the Apollo Theatre in Shaftesbury
and that's
Avenue.
Where you're putting it on,
and I said, would you, which is, well, yeah, and I said, would you come and listen to us in this church hall? So I auditioned for her, with the composer playing the piano, and I did the whole show for her, and at the end of it, we got it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we got the Apollo, so
wonderful.
it's so exciting.
And previews for this musical start the 27th of May, don't they?
27th of May, and we open on June the 7th proper. Yes.
Lovely.
So don't come before then.
But we have to talk to you about Phantom of the Opera, of course. I mean, I only came to work today, Michael, because they said they'd play this clip. It's music of the night. Let's just enjoy it for a second.
Let the dream begin. Let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of
Michael, I mean, you can see you welling up there. The minute that music came on and you saw that clip, your breathing changed. Everything about you was there.
I mean, that changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. So it's nearly 30 years now since we did it. And it just truly seems like the other day that you did it. And so I couldn't be more in love with that character of creating that man. Yeah. He meant so much to me, and
I mean, it is, isn't it, the 30th anniversary, as you say?
Yes.
Have they been in contact and said, would you, can you, could you?
No.
Would you? Would you, though? If they're watching?
They couldn't have been as impressed as we were.
No.
Well, Michael.
It would be fantastic to see you back. That would be fun.
I sing it often when I'm warming up, because, I mean, I had the most wonderful singing teacher who I lost a few years back, about 5 years ago, and I still use his warm-up every single day of my life.
Do you really?
I still play it. He still argues with me on the tape every single day.
So you play the cassette?
No, you mustn't do that, darling. I can't stand what you're doing now. And I'd say, well, all right, can I try? No, I'm going to turn this off. And he turns the machine off because he loses patience with me.
Magic. Isn't that wonderful insight into your life?
That was really lovely. Well, you'll know all about the subject of our next film. It's lyricist Don Black.
Yes, because you made your West End musical debut together in the show Billy.
I did.
Yes, but tonight he's talking to Keris about the story behind the...
Bravo, Keris. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, what a musical show we're having.
Can't we just? It's
just
quite emotional. I feel quite drained.
I know,
halfway
yeah.
through. We've been talking about phantoms, lovely. Anyway, it can't have escaped your notice that it is Sport Relief on Friday, and there's extra excitement in the air because Frank Spencer is back.
Hang on. Dave, come on. Well, listen, here on The One Show, Michael, we are such fans of the incredible stunts that you did on Some Others Do Have Them. And we know, actually, that a few months ago, our stunt team did this in recognition of what you went through. Now, we had stuntmen and everything involved in this, but you did all this stuff on your own.
Yes, Jamie here, who's playing the part.
Yeah.
He was my boss for this sequence.
For this,
Was he?
Yes.
He was my stunt advisor.
So, and is it true that you watched this at home the night this went out on The One Show?
I did.
How bizarre is that?
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah.
Especially when what's his name at the end?
Giles.
Giles came up and said, "Oh, that was me." then I thought it's time to have a drink.
But listen, it's 42 years, isn't it, since you had the roller boots on?
Yes.
And now 38 years since the final episode of Some Mothers Do Have Them. But you have brought along with you tonight an exclusive clip that's going to go out on Sport Relief on Friday. So, courtesy of Michael, here we go, let's have a look.
Here we go again. I've got some change this time. Congratulations, by the way.
He's such a lovable character. But Michael, you just want to see the whole lot now, don't you?
This is it.
I mean, I hope you don't mind saying this, but at 74, and you're doing all the stunts yourself. I mean, were there any injuries? Were you feeling all right after
Yes,
it?
I got that. That was my. I was
little
hoping
Grace.
it would last a bit longer, but it's nearly disappeared now. I put some stuff on it to hide it before I got here, but it highlighted it.
Wow.
But that was it. So I was really lucky.
And for you, I mean, we were talking downstairs, weren't we, about the fact that so many people have asked you to come back and back and back with a sketch or a series or whatever, but you really, really wanted to do this, and really, this is your writing as well, what we're seeing here.
Yes, I put a lot of that together, and with the help of Raymond Allen came in as well, so who was the original writer, to put just one or two words in,
right.
And they were true Frank-isms. Mm-hmm. But no, we hadn't done it for 42 years, and hadn't wanted to go back to it because I think we'd run our course. But Comic Relief is just extraordinary. I want to say this young woman here did a remarkable job last
Thank
week.
you, Michael.
Absolutely remarkable. No. The stuff you filmed while you were away, we were all weeping at home. I mean, you couldn't help but weep. And when you see these children and these people who have nothing, we have then everything.
Yeah.
And we can give it, and we can do it, and show people, and then the British public then get involved, and we're great at it. The British public are great at this. They always have been.
They're always so supportive.
And so you'll do anything for that, because it's humanity.
Yeah,
it's humanity.
And
so you were. I mean, last week the courage of going on that. Well, I love sailing, but forget that. No.
Well, no, I mean, to be fair, though, if I were
is...
you, I would stick to the roller skating, because,
well,
I mean,
yes.
the velodrome, you certainly made the velodrome happen. Just talk us through this photo here. Well, we can't see the crowd, but it was full in there,
I don't
wasn't
know
it?
whether Bradley could feel me there, but
yeah, there's
whatever I'm doing to him, the appeal originally was that I was going to do something with Bradley Wiggins on the velodrome track on one of the nights of the World Championships, and it was 2 weeks ago now. And so this was the climax of all our work for 4 months. and the whole crew had been together doing all these stunts and willing us to do them and willing me to be able to stay on the back of that bus.
Incredible.
And when we got to the velodrome, there were 6,000 people. It was 10:30 at night. We'd been there from 6 in the morning shooting outside and around and about. But we'd been there from 6:30, and at 10:30 it was our turn to go on. And I was quite nervous.
Yeah.
And we got inside and got up there, and as we went out, the crowd went nuts. They
Of course
played some
they did.
Rihanna, and they all started jumping up and down, and we went round, and we were going at 30 kilometres an hour in the end.
Wow.
Dear me, Michael.
I tell you what, we can't wait to see it. And can we say the exclusive news? Sir Paul McCartney is part of it, isn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
You've done a remarkable job with this clip, and we all cannot wait to see it.
We're
Friday
so
night,
excited.
7 o'clock
Yes.
it starts.
But now it's time for a bit more. It is.
Thanks to the Brandreths.
Yes.
Listen, we've put the crossword up on the website if you fancy a go, and all of those lovely photos that you've sent in of things that you've won that you shouldn't have, we've put up on our social media.
We have. Thank you to you for some lovely stories, Michael,
Wonderful.
tonight. And
My
good
pleasure.
luck with the show. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Michael Crawford, and good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Something's bad.